All right, I'm trying to pick through which trades to do the videos on and then around and when. So let's talk about Gudbranson. Eric Gudbranson's time in Vancouver was turbulent. Turbulent by the fans' perspective. I always got the feeling that Gutty was popular in the locker room, popular with the players. I think there was more expected of him when he was the return for McCann than what Vancouver got. I think part of that has to do with the fact he was a really early draft pick. Initially drafted third overall. So Gudbranson, he's physical. He's a big guy. He does make some defensive errors out there. And I've never really been sold on Gudbranson. So is that why I'm wearing a Canucks jersey? No, I'm not wearing it because we get back Tanner Pearson. Because I don't look at Pearson either and say he's necessarily an answer for a top six forward. He's serviceable. He's serviceable for a team for the rest of the season that is desperately in need of scoring with guys like Berchi out. Doesn't really help the blue line, though. The blue line was already decimated, and now you trade out one of your top six. But I'm wearing a Canucks jersey because to me the win is the fact that we don't have to have this discussion anymore as Canuck fans. We can move on. We can move on from the Gudbranson talk. And if it instead turns to so-and-so got run over tonight, if we hadn't traded Gudbranson, this doesn't happen, I may lose my mind. I liked Pearson as an LA King. I thought he was a good forward. If he can rediscover his game, and again, that's an if. It didn't really happen for him in Pittsburgh. He was a healthy scratch throughout. So for Hagelin, now the Penguins have got themselves Gudbranson. That's all right. And to me, the overall picture of everything, I don't know. I'm torn because I do value physicality on the blue line, and I know that with that being gone, that there are going to be fans who get upset. I do think that they can go the free agent route this summer and probably replace what Gudbranson brought to the team. There were a lot of times where I would see Gudbranson turn a puck over, and I wouldn't be happy about it. And I'm not saying Pearson won't, and I'm not saying that whoever the Canucks have to call up now, they've got Ashton Sautner in there playing, they've had to call up a lot of defensemen, but they're also likely anticipating signing Quinn Hughes. So Quinn Hughes, when the NCAA season's over for him, he'll sign and come over and play for Vancouver. And you got to make room. And I also think this is a sign that Benning just didn't see a future for Gudbranson. I know watching the coverage on this, Brian Burke was kind of flattened by this. But this reminds me of when Gudbranson got traded out of Florida. And I heard Kipper and all these other guys saying, oh, Florida's going to regret this forever. This is a horrible trade. Gudbranson's a great guy. He's gonna turn things around for Vancouver. And it never really materialized. I think that Gudbranson's one of those guys that you look at all of his mechanics to his game and you expect a little bit more than what you actually get at the end of the day. So that's how I see it. We'll see what Benning actually says about this trade and why it took place. Pearson is not a return that I think Canuck fans would necessarily be happy about, because fans will usually overvalue their players, but at the same time, it's done. It's done. The era of Gudbranson is finished. Pittsburgh gets themselves a guy that, as long as he's playing fifth, sixth defenseman minutes, he'll be fine. If he's asked to play top four, you may see some more errors. Pittsburgh gets themselves a guy who can fill in, and while they've got some injuries, and we'll see where things go from him from here. Let me know what you guys think about the deal, especially fans of either team. Again, this is one of those deals that kind of looks like a filler, but to me, I'm glad it's done. I'm glad we can move on and look at how the Canucks blue line will be structured from here. And who does this mean that they'd be looking at in free agency this summer? Because again, they're going to have some cap space to be adding players, and I think they're an attractive place to go because of all these young kids. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, just tap it upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.